GM fam, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we talk about Solana NFTs, the value, the drama, and the vibes. We're going to talk about some Solana NFT news, some NFT project updates, and much more on what's going on around this space. Now, let's first get on with what is happening with Solana overall. So, if you already know, I look into Solana floor and some analytics on what is actually happening in the volume floor. So, we'll look at that right now as I put it on my screen. And you can see right here, total floor value and volume right here. Solana has dropped down significantly. And this is, so I guess some would say somewhat of a concern because there's not as much liquidity as there was back in January. We are now at an all-time low around 200,000. If you look at USD, it has increased significantly around 500 million. So right now, there's a lot of things that people are speculating on why this is happening. Some people are saying it's AMM. Some people saying it's the market in general. But as far as the macro, there's a lot of things going on as well. I mean, you have the US 10-year Treasury still at 3.93, which is nearing an all-time high back when it was in October and November. And if you don't know what the 10-year Treasury is, it's basically it's like when these rates go up, mortgage rates go up. Borrowing is harder for companies, for growth companies in general, and that tends to fear people from getting into the stock market and also including crypto. And then people usually take out their capital and move it somewhere else. That's just the general concept of how this treasury thing works. All right, so other than that, we have the FOMC meeting. Also, the minutes coming out today, and that's also putting some fear as well into the markets because they don't know what the Federal Reserve is going to say today because of the inflation rate, because of the PPI rate that came out. That was pretty much 2x of what the expectation was. A very bad expectation. And just, I mean, just in general, a lot of things has happened like this past week. I mean, there are people who still think there's going to be a bull market happening. In general, I mean, I personally believe that we're gonna probably have like what it's like a kind of a bear market, but a steady line for maybe a year or two because inflation is not going down. It only went down 0.1%, and we still have a lot to go if we're going to keep increasing rates to really dramatically put that down to 2%. So um, we'll see more on where that goes. So now let's get on to some NFT news. All right, so Claynosaurz, they basically just did something insane. Luca Nets is the founder of Pudgy Penguins. He bought this project a while back, and they basically said many will throw buzzwords, mass appeal, IPO, but appeal is a science. They are giving you a meta class in onboarding 101. Take notes. Had to grab this little. They got a Pudgy. Insane. I mean, Pudgies are great. Pudgies are beautiful. These guys know what they're doing. I love this little collaboration between Solana and Ethereum. I mean, that's great love right there. When this whole macro economic things happening around the world, we have some love internally, some unity, cool stuff. All right, so the other thing that's happening right now, which is really getting in me right now, is this whole Dragon Ball Z fusion between Goku and Vegeta. I mean, here's some alpha Bet3 NFTX experiments. Oh my gosh. I mean, it could possibly be something, or it could just be maybe just some engagement farming, but we don't know. I'm doing a whole bunch of speculation right now. So we'll see where these two dudes are going with these guys. I've been following for a while. Um, and not just that, we have experiments also throwing their own. Who wants the early alpha? Bet3X experiment. I mean, are these two about to like try to take over the whole Solana world right now? Team up. If you can't beat other Solana NFT, might as well get together and push it forward with some new experiments, right? So it's gonna be interesting. I'm watching. Maybe it's nothing, or maybe it's something. So the one thing that I find cool is experiments. There seems like they're gonna be throwing some casino play around. I'm gonna throw a Discord out there what the announcement said, but maybe they're working on something between that because Bet3 has this whole actual like betting system in Solana where you can bet on different sports, and Experiments has this casino thing. Maybe there's a collaboration within this whole thing that they're gonna do. So we'll find out. We'll also look at the actual chart and we'll see where these two are at. Maybe it'll be a good flip as well for those flippers out there. But that's just something that I basically just caught my eye. All right, so DJ News here basically mentioned that BlackRock is launching a metaverse thematic ETF. That I just wanted to throw out there, but I actually don't really want to actually get into that. But all right, so this next one is Tensor HQ. Tensor HQ is what I use here on this stream, and I've been using this for a very long time because it reminds me of when I used to trade stocks with Ameritrade. It has that same type of look, and I'll put it up right here and how it actually looks like. All right, so here you got Tensor Trade looking like again, like it reminds me of Ameritrade. It's got the side view here where you have your favorites. They added some other watch lists here, which is also cool. They got the actual chart here. Awesome stuff. Now, what the speculation here is that basically Tensor Trade could be actually something other than just this charting trading platform. This guy's basically saying Miss Blur airdrop on ETH. So why are you still not using Tensor? Why you are still not using Tensor and accumulating points? That's a good point because I actually haven't been accumulating points. I've been using it for the charts, but I haven't really been buying through there. And shame on me because I've used it all the time, and I'm so with these guys. So Tensor is an aggregator AMM marketplace that helps traders choose the best point. You can also change the simpler UI and have a ME like marketplace. And here it says they charge 0 fees, show data of 6 marketplaces. Tensor Swap, they got Tensor Swap as well. Oh, but you mentioned Blur airdrop, right? Rewards, you can earn points while doing different tasks. It doesn't mean if you are a liquidity provider or trader, they give those points to reward early users that help them giving feedback and using the platform. And this is what I have not been doing. I am going to start using Tensor for my buys and sells, and I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout because this right here, I mean, this just gave me that different viewpoint on what could potentially occur. These points you earn will be used to convert to Tensor, convert to whitelist spots for Tensorian's NFT project. That's the other thing is that they're gonna be coming out with an NFT project sometime soon. They're gonna come out with NFTs, and I believe I saw that tweet somewhere. I could be wrong, but I swear I saw a tweet that some NFT collection will come out in the future. So Tensor right now, they're just providing these charts and easy usage around these trades. So they have an early O meter that shows the multiplier you can get for the task you complete. For the next 8 days, you can get a multiplier of 5x, yada yada. Rewards, rewards, rewards. NFT portfolio, this just came out as well. And I have been using Tensor, same as me. And that's basically where he's getting is that you could, if you're using Tensor with your points and you do all this stuff with that, eventually you could be rewarded with a Tensor airdrop. That's the speculation with Blur, with what just happened with Blur, and maybe something to do with the NFT as well. So who knows? So for me personally, since I'm already buying and selling, I'm probably gonna be getting into this and start using Tensor more often because I do want to use the points and help Tensor, but this as well that this could potentially happen at some point. All right, so we will for sure see how this plays out. All right, so Pudgy Penguins, we just read that Claynosaurz bought a Pudgy Penguin. And the one we see is like this partnership will be our upcoming Pudgy toy line on the shelves of retailers all around the world, while leveraging our IP to enable licensee opportunities with name brands. And this is pretty awesome. It's on Ethereum, and what they are doing is that they're taking this project to another level with this toy line. I mean, I can't wait. I will probably buy one if I see one out there for my toddlers. They actually love the Claynos. I haven't shown them these Pudgies yet, but I know if I show them these things, they're probably gonna want one. So cool news from the Pudgy Penguins. And the other thing is Lunar Project is falling back from the dead. It seems like they kind of just disappeared after that whole airdrop shenanigans that happened with Bonk, Hades, and all that, and they took a downturn on the charts, but it seems like they're finally back in action. They're throwing some stuff out there. This hint looks like it's like some governance protocol proposal from Hate Swap, from what it looks like. So I think that's what's happening slowly but surely. You still have people here who are part of the community of Lunar Project. So they are slowly throwing out tweets now. I am looking at it. I am observing it. GM, remember GM back. So they have this whole thing about the sub DAOs as well. So interesting stuff from them. Still no news on what the actual utility is going to be, what the next thing is going to be in this ecosystem between OpenDAO, HGSO, ABC, Lunar Project. So we'll find more about that later. Just disclosure, I did buy another Lunar for about 3.2 Sol, somewhere to 3.5 Sol last week. So I now probably have about 22 Lunars and on my radar. So all right, so and I do have an exit strategy. I mean, if Luna does go to 15 Solana, I'll take out some. If it goes to 30, I'll take out some, and then I'll keep some till probably till 50. All right, so this next thing is about Blocksmith Labs. I found this quite interesting because moat. If you watch my stream, you know I am all about the moat ideology, the moat view of NFT projects. Does this NFT project have moat? If it doesn't, well, it could definitely be disrupted easily. Yada yada. All right, so let's take an example. Let's find a project out there that basically actually Subber. Okay, does Subber have moat? Does Subber have moat with their actual giveaway system, their organization tool for collaborations? Though they have moat, from what it seems like right now, if you really think about it, someone else could create it and capture that market share from them. And that's just what probably is happening, right? You have Blocksmith Labs, Atlas 3 launching. Atlas will be Subbers on steroids. A clear UI of upcoming projects, giveaways, plus more. Besides Atlas, BSL are the most determined innovators in the space. That is true. So basically, see projects you are a part of, giveaways you have joined, won, or lost, Discord, all pre-post mint projects, all giveaways. These guys are calling cross chains. I mean, for me, I'm thinking about Subber right now. I am praying for them. I know Subber will come out with more cool stuff out there, but that's the thing about these. These are like startups. I mean, once you look into one project, you're like, I'm going to keep this forever. You got to think of the moat. Do they have moat? And just like that, Subber could just disappear because of someone else creating the same thing and taking over market share. So now with moat, Claynosaurz, I think, has actually some moat because they have an animation studio that is hard to replicate. I mean, one could say easy, but I'm about to explain it. They have a bunch of professional artists from these big companies like Disney who have created these visual animation characters. I mean, the supply of those people are small, and the supply of people in crypto with that type of technical skill is small. So they already have a small castle fortress that people cannot really replicate because there's not much supply of these people to get into a project like this on a Solana chain out of everything. So it's just one of those things like moat. And not just that, they have a IP, a brand IP of Claynos as well. So that's the things that I try to think about when I think about moat. Is it disruptive? If not, then it'll probably, could potentially do good if they keep going on. All right. So Something else. So here we got Subber, who basically said that they're coming out with something else. Collab Center, collaborating with other Subber allow lists and pre-sale projects just got easier. In your collab center, you can see current allow lists and pre-sale projects, request spots for multiple communities with ease, and see them in outgoing requests in real time. You can see right here, you can see the project squares, the type allow list, socials, mint date. This is, again, this is why I have Subber, because I just really like their easy utility. They know how to find solutions to actual real issues in this space, and they make it easy. It's not like they're trying to find issues that are not issues and then make solutions on issues that are not issues. And that's what a lot of NFT projects do. So with this, like, basically I don't really have to go to Discord in some way. And I sometimes I don't like, the one thing I don't like about Discord is like you have to go to Discord to look at the announcements of NFT projects. I kind of wish that NFT projects have some way to where like you can actually see the announcement within your wallet, where you don't have to go to another app like Discord. It's just in your wallet. It's like this NFT, like boop, announcement, this, that. That would be awesome for me. But anyway, so that's why I like Subber. I do have their NFT, but again, one thing that I have to be mindful of is disruption across the space from other projects and what they're trying, what they're doing. Everyone's trying to survive, everyone's trying to eat, and everyone has a business. So there you go. I mean, Magic Eden. What happened to Magic Eden? Magic Eden went from 90% volume to basically going down to what is it, 50% now? And let's just bring it up. TSCO market. Boom. All right. So let's see if I actually got this. And if I actually spell it right, I can't spell it right. But anyways, yeah. So let's look at what's going on actually in the charts. All right, so here we go. Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. All right, so we have the actual charts here with Tensor, right? And there has been, almost everything's in red, man. It's amazing how there's only 5 in green. I like when we look at this, I like how like it always changes. Some weeks it's like it's all green, and then some weeks it's all red, and some weeks it's just half and half. So this is like the first week where like almost everything is in red. As far as my watch list, and if you don't know, this is my watch list. I created for myself, only myself. Make your own watch list. Don't copy mine. These are just projects that I like. I think that I would buy because of the art or whatever. And with these projects, I mean, I'm finally starting to like everything that's going on right now. As it's Bloody Sunday. It's something that I do finally like to see. I haven't really bought anything when things were pumping. Solana was pumping, but now it's finally at this level where I feel quite comfortable. I feel quite comfortable of maybe getting in. The Solana price, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna go any higher past $30. To be real. I mean, this is just my honest opinion. There's so much going on in the macro level with the Federal Reserve, inflation rate, the 10-year Treasury yield still at 3.98, which is like finally like it's one of the highest points. And it's just personal savings rate. That's the other thing. It's like, look at this thing. It's been down at 2.4. No one is saving money. Credit card debt is at all-time high. Nothing is making sense right now. And I personally feel like this is just my own conspiracy out there. I feel like retail really just got dumped on hard after the Federal Reserve printed trillions of dollars with the M2 money supply, and they had to remove the liquidity, and with the liquidity they had to you had to remove the retail out there. And the thing is, like, there's still some cancerous retail out there who are still buying the so-called dip. when this when the venture, you have to remove people from saying buying the dip. Once you remove that, then that's when the real bear market is. but there's still people out there, so you gotta like squash them all out during this next phase. But that's just, again, this is just all like, my conspiracy. But what happened was the Federal Reserve printed about 40% of the American dollar right here in March 2020, and it has gone tremendously up around 2022, and then they tried to level it down, and then now it's gone down to 21 trillion dollars, from 21.7 trillion to 21.5 trillion dollars, which is not much. And if you're telling me that 7 months of rate hikes will stop this, will stop the most enormous mankind historical printing that occurred ever in human history, I sincerely don't buy it. But anyways, like after all that fear, I'm just, again, I'm just buying some art here. And so let's get on with it. I mean, I am thinking of actually looking into where is it at? Where's experiments? Where is my experiments? Oh, don't tell me they pumped. I actually can't find it. Where I had experiments here somewhere, but I can't find it for some reason. Let's see. That was the one I was thinking about actually looking into. Unless it pumped. Oh my god, they did. Oh no. Okay. So I guess some people actually caught the news and are already speculating on what's occurring, which is not good for me because I was hoping to buy down here, but it's finally calmed down. So maybe it was only one person who was some whale and just found it bullish and that was it. But I'm hoping that's the case. If it comes back down, I'm gonna get one more. I think I have about 4 or 5 of these experiments. And same thing with Bet3, man. Bet3 is actually, where is Bet3 at? Bet3, man. Here we go. Bet3 also, man, these guys. So yeah, someone did figure out what's happening, but it's actually coming down again. So this is great for me. I'm thinking about buying a Bet3 just for that reasoning. I'm not a sports betting person. That's the only thing. And so I don't know how to use the actual utility behind this. So like for me, it's like about, I could probably, flip this one and buy into it somewhere back here again, because I do think whatever, Cody is doing, it's probably going to be driving the floor price at some point within probably the next month or so. So that's where I'm seeing this thing. Cody and Jersey, just both of them doing their farm engagement together will probably do a lot of good engagement on Twitter. So we'll see there. But yes, definitely something I'm looking at. All right. So other than that, I mean, we have Cosmic Ape still at 0.86, Kikiverse 0.70. We have Dandies at 3.89. These guys pumped after the whole phase where they went to 14 Solana with the actual developer. He's just been all over the Solana space building, and he basically just got into Dandy, started doing his own thing. But he's helped out almost a lot. He helped out a lot of people in Solana. But I can't find his name, but that's an interesting one. Elixir Ovols. This one I have been waiting ever since it was at 40 to go down. It seemed like it was never going to go down. It went all the way to 18 and then went back to 27. But finally, it has gone down significantly. The hype has finally died from, what is it? From almost the beginning of January to February, to the end of February. So patience is my friend. It's finally going down. It's one project that maybe I might want to get to, but the only thing about Elixir is that Elixir is like the someone told me this. It was either Soul Investor or Zircon. I think it was Zircon. You have 3 different video game systems. You have Xbox, PlayStation, and Wii. PlayStation is like Magic Eden. Xbox is like I would say maybe like hyperspace, and Wii is like Elixir. Cause like Wii is cool. You love looking at Wii, but will you buy Wii over Xbox or PlayStation at that time? No one really did. There was only like a couple people, like my one cousin, he played Wii, and we went over his house and played it, but that was like about it. I feel like Elixir is kind of like the same things. Like, it's cool and everything, but for some reason, like people prefer going into other platforms. And I'm trying to figure out why, because it does look cool, but it's just even myself. So I I'm still trying to figure that out. Like it could still be dangerous if it's still at 15. Um, so those are some ones that I'm looking. So this one is it's a crazy one. So Brains and Zombies, they screwed up. They did this. If you don't know, they came out. It looked bullish, and then they came out with these brains, and they made a mistake, and like their actual like code would allow people to mint this at like infinity rate, and it went all the way to like 20,000 NFTs. It diluted everything. It was a failure, but but they are coming out with season two. And I think if this is at 0.35 and season two comes out and they tweet this, I think this thing could probably reach like 0.60, like a 2x maybe. And that's why I'm kind of curious about this one. But more to come on that one. Claynosaurz, I'm still bullish on this. I mean, I still want to get one more here, but they're always like pumping around these levels. I feel like I never have the opportunity of buying the dip on Claynos, and maybe patience will reward me one day when it does come down. Lunar isn't Luna. Luna, I bought Lunar. I'm, maybe I stopped myself from buying more Lunars because I don't know. I'm just you already heard my spiel on Lunar. Boxies is also a crazy one. I mean, Boxies is this one has died down significantly after the art reveal. It's about 1.56. I don't know if this is gonna have any movement, but we'll see on that one. But I mean, that's basically everything here. I mean, Tile Pilots, that's the last one. Tile Pilots is definitely one that like just like has where is Tile Pilots? Dude, I'm telling you, I think Soulport Tom is gonna come out something for Tile to make them, because this is actually his collection that he actually built himself. So I don't think he's gonna leave it hanging just like that. I think he's gonna be putting a lot of things behind it. This is like the Utes of his whole brand. Utes is gonna be separate from the gods, doing something else. I think Tile Pilot's gonna be the same thing. And that's at 13 Solana. Wow, dude, it's crazy. I feel like man, 13 Solana. I don't know. I'm getting tempted with Tile Pilots. So I would rather have Tile Pilots over OK Bears, to be honest. But yeah, this one I'm definitely gonna be looking at. But yeah, that's everything for today. Everything that we've gone through, the news with what's going on Solana, what's going on with the charts, what's going on with the whole ecosystem. And we shall see more next week. Tune in tomorrow where we go on Bytewise. We talk more about with the guys and what's going on. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I try to go on live, personal channel around this time. Join the Discord below. Mint that like button, helps the algorithm. Comment below anything you want us to talk about, and subscribe. Much love and peace. Peace.